Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Lillian. I am here to share with you some Scrap Diva design projects. I have actually posted these, but I did get just a couple of messages to request, can I do a video just to show a close-up of them? So of course I am happy to. So I'm going to share today the skeleton mini album and the ghost tags, which I just posted because they're so cute. I took a long time playing with them because I wanted to do everything with them, but I had to stop myself. So let's go ahead and get started with the skeleton mini album. It comes with 4 pieces. So really nice. Sometimes when I look at a die and it has all these pieces, I'm like, I hope I figure it out. I don't know about you, but that's my initial reaction. But this is 4 pieces. This is your foundational piece. And again, it's a mini album, which is why it looks like, you know, the Michelin Man. It's supposed to be wide for an album. So this is your foundational piece. The next layering piece is this one. So still wide. This is the one that gives you that pretty stitching that we all like, and that fits right in there. And then the next layering piece is the traditional size. I want to say gingerbread man every time I see him. I guess he could be a skeleton gingerbread man, right? Or just a skeleton. Anywho, so this one also has the pretty stitching that we like, which I really love. So that fits right in there. And then, of course, there's the little bones that are cut up with this last piece. So, and if you do the mini album, this is the size. I know it's not the greatest paper I chose, but I was just kind of playing with it. So the foundational piece is I chose this pink one that you could barely see here. And then there's the black one. You could barely see my stitching because it's black. But again, it's wide for that mini album space, right? And then of course the white is the traditional size, and of course my little bones. And I did a little pop-up barely of the little bones. So this is what the mini album pages will look like. Look at the size. So super cute, right? And then I didn't do a mini album at this round. Of course, after I saw it, I did it the way it should be so I could show. And then of course I was like, ooh, can we do a shaker with this? And of course we can, because we have all these layers. So we're going to set aside the foundational piece. We're not going to use that for the shaker. We're just going to use these 3 pieces because this is the shaker. So you could certainly make a shaker. Of course, it is a little bit bigger than your traditional size. Here, let's put it in here. Right? But that's okay because look at that. We still get the shaker that we love. So you want to take these 2 pieces, right? So we set the foundational piece aside, and you want to take these 2 pieces, and that will create your outline, right? My outline here. Now, of course, what you're going to have to do is I manually trimmed this side, on both sides, I should say. Because, you know, so as you could see, there's my stitch, and then it ends because I manually trimmed it. But it's okay. I mean, if it doesn't bother you, and then you could cover it up with some embellishments. Or really, I want the shaker, so I'm okay with that. So use these 2 pieces to get your outline, manually trim, and then of course this is your back piece, whatever decorative graphic paper that you will use. And then you're also going to cut the size, right? So you want to use you know, if you want to eye it or you want to, what I did is I used the outline as my, you know, as my template to cut, and then of course you cut your little bones and you got yourself a shaker. What do you guys think? Right? So awesome. I'm thinking we could put him on a memory dex card too. Super cute. Love him. I was very happy about this. I was like, yay. So, okay, so let me move on to the next one. Because I've only done one of those. The main ones that I have been using are these two. I saw the little felties out there and I was like, oh, I must make one of those. They're so, so cute. But what I did is I did this. Oh, look at, she looks like a little pirate there. What I did is I took this piece, the traditional size of his body or her body, and I cut acetate, 2 pieces of acetate, and I stitched it with my machine, and then I stuffed her with some pretty sequins, and then I sewed her up, and then I created this little dangle to go with her. Added a little bow because she's a girl. And how cute did she turn out? Right? I didn't pop, I mean, I guess you could pop the bones, but I didn't. I laid them flat. It's easier. But yeah, it's 2 pieces of acetate. You could use 2 pieces of vinyl. I mean, anything you could use, you know, with printed. I mean, whatever you want. But I think we've all done these with little tags. So I did it with, you know, her body, and it was perfect. I got a lot of requests for this. Well, I mean, a decent size. So thank you for those that did. And then, of course, I had to make more because I did get some requests for some orders. So I'm happy to do that if you want. But look at this bow. Look at how perfect this bow was, right? I had this little pad that had this paper. I was like, oh my God, how perfect. Love this color. So I chose the sequins to match. And again, when I ran it through my die cut, I used the Anna Griffin Empress. Of course, it didn't cut all the way through. I had to manually cut her, and then I put her together with little clips. That way I can stitch her up. And then once I had a small opening here, I stuffed her with the pretty sequins. And then I moved forward with creating a matching dangle. What do you guys think? I love that little bow. This is one of the tiny bows from Scrap Diva's bow collection. It's the die set that has all the bows. I believe that's one of them. And I have it on hand here because that's one of my favorite bows. And then of course I did her in purple, or him in purple. I didn't add a bow here. Somebody had asked no bow, and I was like, oh yeah, let me do one with no bow and see how that takes. But I did use a glittery paper. What do you guys think about the glitter? That's pretty. And then I chose a purple sequins, and then I did the little hanging dangle. I don't know. I really like the bow. Maybe a little bow tie. Make him a little guy. So yeah. So, and then the thread that I used for this was purple, and the purple is also that shimmy metallic, purple metallic. That's what it is. Purple metallic. So it looks really fine compared to the cotton one that I used over here for the pink orange, right? But this is definitely my favorite. I might make a couple of more, but if you want me to make you one, I'm happy to take an order. I usually don't. I mean, I just do private. When people message me, I'm more than happy to create something and sell it to you. So, yeah, so these are definitely my favorite. These are great for especially if you're gonna do Halloween Happy Mail, Boo Mail. These are a great little stuffer. I'm already making a couple of different colors because I'm going to do some Boo Mail for like my goddaughter, maybe my sister. But these are super cute. Okay, so let me know. Let me go ahead and set these aside because I know I wanted to show you the little ghosty tag. So those are the little skeleton man. Thank you for those of you that really complimented me on those. I appreciate it. So the little ghost tag. Oh my God, have you guys gotten this? If you haven't, you must. So freaking adorable. Okay, first of all, let's look at them as they, as they are. If you just do them, create them as they are. I mean, look at this. They're already in a shape in a little ghosty. So, hello, that's already cute. And I love this font, this thick font. It works so well. Right? It works so well. And, of course, once you see the ghost, you can't help but add eyes, whether it be diamond dots. So I use diamond dots, whether you draw them in, whether you use, look at the googly eyes. I think the googly eyes are the funniest. Or I've seen, and I can't find mine, I can't remember where I put it. Or I've seen eyelashes, die cut eyelashes. I'm like, oh my God, I must make some of those. But whichever way, you make them, I mean, they are just perfect as little taggies for your Happy Mail or your Boo Mail. Super cute. And then, of course, because we have to add more. I laid some some vinyl, not vinyl, see-through, the spider. What is it made of? Acetate spider. I added in the background. I put this little guy there. I should have added him googly eyes. Maybe I'll change it. And then, of course, I added like a tiny trim. Didn't want to cover the whole hole because I'm going to need him. And then, of course, I started playing with more of my, the trim that I have. I did googly eyes here, and look at, this is my tiniest bow to date, I believe. I really was thinking of adding stitching, but I was like, maybe later. And if you notice the black outline here, I cut foam just to give it that sturdiness. Once I cut all these out, I was like, let me cut some foam, and I really like this is fine as so. It certainly works. You could double up on the cardstock or use, really thick cardstock. I really like the shadow outline that it provides, and you could certainly use like pink foam or black foam as I did, but I really like the sturdiness of it. Just it gives it more substance, but super cute. And I'm thinking the little bow here needs something. I wanted to add dangles, but you can't add the eyes if you're going to use dangles because then it would fall on the eyes. So I'll probably do a couple of those like that. You don't need the eyes, but I'm thinking it needs something here on the bow. What do you think? It looks kind of lonely, or is that just me being extra oomph? Here's another one. I did the pink. I did the foam with this one as well. I gave her pink eyes. I don't know if you could see them. I'm like, oh, maybe I should change that to black. But in this little bow, I put a little seed bead there. Do you see that? I got that from Shara Crane. I miss her classes, her Patreon, but I have kept some of her techniques. So another with foam. This is no foam, but what I did is I wrapped him. I know it looks like a cow, right? But I wrapped him in this meshy, the polka dot meshy that I have. And look at how cute it turned out. I had to put googly eyes on him. And I put a little bat. Look at how cute that is. I'll probably do a backing to hide this because that doesn't look really pretty. But I'm thinking some colorful mesh. I have this pink, purple, teal, kind of almost like a unicorn that I was like, oh, I need to play with that. This one has no of the foam, and look at it, turned out really good. Again, with the pink eyes, the pink boo. And then I had to put in my little bow, my little tiny bow. Again, I was really wanted to do a dangle, but it just doesn't look good if you add the eyes. You need to do it without it. At least that's my opinion. And then, of course, this last one that also has that foam again. I also wanted to do foam letters, but when I started playing with it, I really liked the backing, and so I didn't do that. But I think somebody showed that they did foam letters, and it looked really good. But this guy has little gold eyes. I added a little candy corn, and then also in the little bow, I put this little pumpkin colored seed bead. At least it's supposed to be peach color. So I know they are so cute. Could you imagine these hanging on your boo mail? Whether you spunk them up or not. I saw somebody else that did. I think she wrapped them with something. I can't remember. And I was like, oh my God, like a little mummy. That would be so cute. So this is definitely a keeper, like next to your desk too, because this could go on all of your projects. They are just so stinking cute. So I will link, of course, Scrap Diva's website. Save 10% by using my coupon Lillian10. And yeah, I hope you pick it up so you can have some fun. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.